Welcome to cameshiareviews. It is almost the last episode of Ready to Love. Okay, I'm all in and here for it. This has been a season. So the last thing that we actually saw, was Kyra and AJ sitting there as he's trying to decide. As they're sitting there, and Kyra is talking, and she's like, I'm not gonna just up and pick somebody, and just because, and she seemed kind of emotional, frustrated. He's like, look, slow down. He said, there's not, the couples are already set. And he said, but I'm still not sure. He said, he went, I don't want to see you go. Do you want to be with me? He said, well, I changed my mind. And I told you guys, that is what was going to happen. Kyra did not choose AJ. But in this entire instance, AJ has chosen Kyra. This second chance to me meant a lot to him. I'm not saying it didn't mean anything to her. I'm saying it meant a lot to him. Okay? Now, with that being said, with him telling Kyra that he didn't want her to go, you gotta know what that means. He has to have the conversation with Alexis Fly. Now, let me say this about Alexis Fly, and even when you look at the narrative of what people are saying, they're saying that AJ kind of backstabbed Alexis. And let me be frank, it does look that way. He had a hard decision. Okay, they all did. He didn't know what to do. It's funny, the narrative, people are dragging Kyra saying she is wrong. Okay, but is he? He has to choose who he wants. Just like Kyra couldn't decide who she wants, why are we penalizing her for actually standing on her own and her conviction what she wanted to do? Same with him. He didn't want to. He was going back and forth. But me myself, I always felt like he would choose Kyra. This is a second chance. He had 2 failed dates with her. When he saw her, he looked at that as an opportunity. There was no way he was going to pass up a chance to have true love if it's possible. So Alexis comes in, and Alexis thinks she has it in the bag, and I can't blame her. From the whole thing we've been watching, it's looking like AJ was not going to choose Kyra. It was like he was going to choose Alexis. Everyone was getting tired of Kyra going back and forth and going up and down the yo-yo or whatever. But in reality, his heart always belonged with Kyra. When he walked in the house, I believe, not in the beginning, because people saying it's a setup, that the producer did it on purpose. I always felt like, and I believe that when he saw Kyra, that was it for him. There may have been other women in the house. He may have even had a small interest in those women. So Alexis is sitting there, and she was like, I'm just thinking he gonna say, girl, you are the one. I was like, when he said we gonna be in each other's lives for a long time, I was like, yeah. I already knew that when he said that meant he wasn't going to choose her. And then the way he said it's not going to be you. I thought that was very, very, very dirty. She feels like it's messed up, and I'm gonna tell you why it's messed up. Because she chose AJ. Ron wanted her. She did not choose Ron because of AJ. So she wanted AJ. Ron wanted her. She chose AJ. AJ chose Kyra, and Kyra has chosen. Well, in reality, you might as well say Kyra has chosen herself. Kyra has chosen herself. But you know what Alexis said? She said God obviously didn't want this to happen. He's preparing her for when the king does come in her life. She's ready. You can look at it in a positive way like that all of this, everything that she went through, was preparing her. Okay. And also, like she said, a reminder, love yourself. She's a passionate woman. I love Alexis, I do, and I really had hope that she would find somebody, but I really felt like at the end of the day, I knew it wasn't going to be AJ. And I wondered, did AJ get a little bit emotional behind that? Did he feel bad at all? I don't know. I don't know. Okay? So, we have the couples here. Okay? All the ladies are getting together with Tommy, looking super cute. Now, one question. Why is it that everybody has on the same color and look, well, no they don't. Look, I tripped out. Liz saw Kyra was like, what's she doing here? I'm trying to figure out. I thought he was gonna be with AJ was gonna be with Alexis. I thought they had a strong connection. What had happened? So here comes Tommy with the glasses and the nice suit coming in. What's good? What's good? He was like, it's very obvious. You guys can see there is a person, a big personality, not here right now. I know you ladies are close to her, because you understand, this is getting down to the wire. Even if some of them had like, I ain't for sure about you, a little bit of beef, whatever. At the end of the day, they've been doing this ready to love. They have a bond, regardless of what they say. So, they are going on their one-on-one dates. Let me get drinking water. Hold on just a second. He wants them to be intimate, look at each other's eyes, hold hands. No, he did not throw some shade at Amber talking about, I want y'all to kiss. But he said, Amber, you know about the kissing, right? Tommy being a little shady this season, but I like it. All right. He wants them to, because this is the end, feel like, how it feels to be a couple. Use your intuition. What do you think you should do to put you guys in a place where you're like, okay, this is what we're doing. I want to be with you. You want to be with me. Let's go ahead and put this in stone. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Now, of course, Tommy usually has, I feel like a little long thing to say, but all of a sudden, Kyra starts saying at the ranch, with I know I was saying I would be in the yo-yo, going up and down and trying to do this process and the yada yada yada. And with that, he says, I changed my mind. So she wants to see how these days goes. Now, Liz is looking like, I'm still wondering why you're doing. And then Kyra says, I have unfinished business with Jason. Liz is sitting there like, because she's saying that the conversation that I had with Jason and maybe what he's telling you, Liz, is not the same thing. So they're saying, are you interested in both the guys? All the ladies are asking. She was like, I have a connection with AJ, but I feel like that I need to have a talk with Jason. Like, there's some things. Liz is irritated. And I understand that. And Liz was straight up, but she's like, he picked me. When it came down to the conversation, Jason made it very known to me that he had made up his mind. I told you guys, Jason actually made his mind up after the tennis. Now, I don't know what he told Liz, but I really feel like that after the tennis match, the tennis thing they had, he made a decision in his mind, I'm going to go ahead and go with Liz. He was already feeling Liz. He was feeling Kyra too, but I also told you guys too that when they had the X's and they had the little whatever, that when the X was there, virtual, and they was talking about Kyra and how she communicates and all these things and money, Jason didn't like that. See, I think for Jason, it's not just about, ooh, she fine. I think also for Jason, it's, ooh, she's fine. And do we mesh together? And, just different thing. I think Jason is looking at layers, not just the outside layer. And this is me, in my opinion. I might be wrong, but I feel like that Jason is digging a little bit deeper. And so when he was going back and forth with the ladies, he was undecided with both ladies. And it seemed like at one point in time he was going really hard for Kyra. But like I said, when the ex came on the camera or the virtual and they had the little, whatever. And he spoke, about how she dealt with communication, how she dealt with money. For Jason, it just wasn't working for him. He just didn't like it. And so I always felt like, yes, he was going back and forth, but I think even that day on that episode, he said he was leaning towards Liz. And even was that him and Liz first? That might have been when they would wait. I do not want to mess this up. Was that the date at the fair? If I'm not, y'all correct me, and y'all always do in the comments, in the premiere. It doesn't matter. When y'all check me, that don't bother me, baby. It don't. We the y'all my crew. Y'all supposed to do that anyway. I thought that when he went on the date on the merry-go-round or whatever it was, and he gave her the first kiss. But I always felt like that first kiss was a little bit awkward because she wasn't expecting it. I think for Liz on that date, she was still in the David. So no, I don't know, because they had another date, but that was on the ranch. I feel like I'm missing something. Was there another date right after the exes between him and Liz? Because there was something solidified at that moment for Jason. I don't know. Okay. All I know is that Kyra, in this instance, the women are looking at her like. So now each couple is hanging out. Okay. Joelle goes over to Vernisha's house. Vernisha's like, look, she's in the kitchen throwing down. She's like, look, I got the candles. I got the roses on the table, baby. Okay. And look, you remember now, he's from Louisiana. And when you're from Louisiana, your palate, your mouth, as far as your food and how you taste and everything else, whatever you eat, we can taste everything. And we'll tell you this stuff is nasty. So she's got the wine and she's got the roses and she's got some candles lit, and he's looking at her some type of way, and she's got that sweater dress and he's liking the way it's fitting the curves. He's always looking at that. I mean, he, even in this scene, he's looking directly at the don't. Well, nothing's wrong with that. They grown people. Okay, I just didn't like in the beginning how he's acting all weird, but I was wondering, was that had anything to do with the fact that production wanted to not make it seem like they were so perfect? Maybe, I don't know. Look like she got some macaroni and cheese and chicken, stuff like that. Now he say it's good. So now they're talking about the ranch, and they're trying to get some kind of, well, they said they got some clarity and talking about the little issues that they had, but it's more or less, we're good now. And we went through that for a reason. Now we know that we got some stuff going on. We can handle it. Sometime in a relationship, it does go down like that, where it might have been a little turbulent. Might have been some. I told y'all. I get hot. It's like 100 degrees down here. So of course the question is, I think he asked her, did you choose me? She said, I chose you every time, bro. Now, of course, she's not going to bring up the fact that, he did choose Kyra at one point in time. But just like she said, let's let the I'm over here stuttering. Let's let the negativity slide on by. Okay? She's gushing. Like, even when she leans over to give him a kiss, she's always, liked him. And he said, I want to continue to see where things go. And of course, he ends everything with baby. And see what happens between the two of us. Like we didn't know that. But we still have another episode, so we don't really know what can come about with this. Me myself, Vernisha and Joel might surprise us. Might surprise us. Let's go ahead and go on to Jason and Liz. Okay, hey, what's going on? Liz is my girl. Liz is like, he's so cute. And he's like, I've been so transparent and you so fine. And she was like, okay. She said at the women's lounge, I don't mean to mess anything up, but she said I was a little irritated because she feels like that Kyra discounted their relationship, which she kind of did. She said, I'm gonna throw a little curveball at you. He's like, hey, it's been going like this whole entire time. It's whatever. She said the conversation that you had at the ranch, if she would have told you, she would have picked you, what you would have done. Now Jason straight up me said nothing would have changed. And I believe it because he did have his mind made up. He may have going back and forth. I'm telling you guys, after the ex, he made his mind up. Of course, he was asking because he wanted to know definitely. But he said, to me, it was irritating to Jason and even to AJ that she couldn't make a decision. Liz might be looking at it like, so you're trying to tell me that because she couldn't make a decision, you chose me? I understand Liz's point because I want to know too. So if she would have said I wanted you, would we be sitting here today? And that is a very legit question to me. Like, would you pick me if Kyra would have said, So Jason leads for just a moment, and Liz is so pretty and green. She's sitting there waiting. He walks up and he has some roses, and she got excited. He was like, hold on, let's go and get the story time. He said, I've only given out 2 roses, white roses. So the first one I gave to my mother, and the second one I gave to my stepmother. I'm gonna give you this white rose. And I was like, this is why I chose you, because throughout this whole entire process you have been pure and honest. And I'm sitting here about to cry, and then here go Liz. Everything that he said was, and then the one thing I will say is, like he said, you're pure. I don't know if that's a religion thing, because nobody's pure at the end of the day. Nobody's pure. But then he said, you are worth the pursuit. What woman on this earth do not want to hear, and I don't give a care what y'all say, that he said you are worth it. You are worth it. It's not that we ask for the validation like we need it, especially if you're confident in yourself and you know you're worth it. But to hear him say that, and then even he got a little teary. I'm liking the sensitive men. You can be hard as I don't know what, but you can drop a tear and feel a little like, I like it. Okay. I thought that was a very sweet moment. It was very obvious she was not expecting that by her. I know people who are actors. The actors can cry, drop a hat. It was just the whole thing. It seemed, something just flew my eye. It seemed very, very genuine to me. Okay. Oh my goodness. I got these fans on all kind of. Anyway, it seemed very genuine to me. Now, I'm going to say this about Jason and Liz. The reason why I'm actually rooting for these two, and it's because I feel like Jason actually did choose Liz. And Liz, at one point in time, was still feeling David. Let's be real. Let's go back a little bit further. The ball. When Liz walked out in that dress, heaven knows. I don't know the words of that song, but because she's religious, I had to throw something. I don't know. When she walked in with that dress, when I say that, I think almost every dude was like, she's my number one. Because Liz walked in that dress and she was like, And she walked in just hair feathered, and I was like, come on, Liz, you better come through and wear that dress. She looked really pretty too. Her hair was cute. She looked very, very pretty. So when he first saw her, I did feel like it was lust. When I first saw the way he was looking at Liz, I felt like it was a lust thing. I will admit that. And maybe in the beginning it might have been. But I do believe when you first saw Liz, you probably saw Liz as a church wife. Come on through, ready to love. Throw the collection plate. You know, he was probably thinking that. Hallelujah. You know, I won't get too deep. I don't play with that. I don't play with my guy. My guy don't play with me. Okay? Don't play about me. I'm sorry. My God. I think that he looked at her in that way, but when she came and showed a different side, he was like, oh. I think he forgot about Kyra. I'm being real. Okay? I think that he just, something happened. And that happens in real life. Been around for somebody, you work with somebody or whatever it is, and all of a sudden you look up and it's like, oh, he looked good. 'Cause remember when I first saw Ron, I was like, but then when I saw Ron when he went out with Chrysanthemum, I was like, oh, okay, he's cute. But you know, okay, all right. Now we got, come show 'em what you got. It's getting hot. Come show 'em what you got. Hey, come on, salt and pepper. So now they are talking about their future. Okay. And not feel the way, but with the whole thing with Ron, he kind of was still like, I need a little more insurance. Okay. What happened? Or not really what happened, but of course him hearing about the kiss, just for he needed some affirmation about the situation. He said, do you talk to Ron again? And the way she said, she was like, no. She was very adamant, like, no, I can't. No, that's a And I think she really, really meant that. Okay? So once they get past that point, they're talking about the two of them and if they have a future. And I love the way she was like, I feel like I do have to kind of reassure him. I really do need to tell him. I don't want him feeling like, you know what I'm saying? Like feeling away, I guess. So, their relationship, I felt bad listening to KG. He was getting emotional, feeling comfortable and secure with Amber. We all have to remember what happened to Tell to the Couch. Okay, he felt that way, I do believe, in the beginning, and then the financial thing came up and it was wrapped. I mean, when I tell you that you ain't heard KG say nothing about no money, I mean, nothing. He say one thing I'm not gonna do. Let's talk about that. Now, he said he wants to have kids. Now, I'm not sure how old. I think KG's over 40. And he said kids. And then he said, I'm not even having sex right now. I think he called it conserving the semen or something. I was like, what? Like I told you guys, the way he kissed her, I don't see how that gonna happen. Okay? And I was like, he said he don't want to just give his good loving to everybody. It didn't sound bad. He's trying to protect his sexual energy. But she's young. And most, especially in this day and age, women are not like holding back where it's like, I'm not going to be having no kind of intercourse or anything like that. So Amber's like, look, bro, Amber needs some of this energy. What is happening? We have a connection right here. She was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to wait. This is, well, she said, look, he gonna say this trip me out. You, if we do something, you gonna get knocked up, because that sucker said he backed up. I was like, that fool said she gonna get pregnant the first time. Kabam! He said quadruplets. I said, that fool said I'm backed up. I said, I can't. She said, you don't know how hard it's gonna be to resist this. He said, look, I'm a man. He said, I be staring at your booty all the time. I said, well, Chris, go on, keep it real. Go on, keep it real. No need to lie about it. Oh, they call it semen retention. I look at my notes. I don't know what. Then she was like, the way she looked at him, she said, we can get it popping right now. And he was like, KJ, you ain't fool nobody. If she backs up a little bit on the couch and y'all been sitting there drinking. Anyway, gonna be like, show 'em what you got. Hey, okay, let me stop acting crazy. Y'all should be used to me by now. My whole crew. All right, let's go ahead and get. I loved Kyra's outfit with the boots at brown. I was like, come on, Kyra. Ooh, cute. Even their height, because she's pretty tall. Now, he had this whole spread out. I'm not into the Italian meats and the crackers. That's not me. The cheese and the wine. No. I'm sorry. I am the type of sister that you have some cold beer, maybe some wings. I love freaking like carrots and celery. If you had that there with a couple of wings and some cold beer and maybe some cheese, maybe, and that's all you had, I'll be good with that. So now that they're off the ranch, they're back in their real life. They gotta have these conversations and talk about what are we gonna do, what's going on, what's next. And of course, her intention is to move forward, and she feels like she's in a good place with him. But of course, she still hadn't talked to Jason yet. I had something to say about that. She gonna have nerve to ask him about his decision. He's like, you still gotta ask me that after I just sent home Alexis. I mean, he didn't say the last part, but I'm saying the last part. Some people think, okay, Kyra, you doing all this stuff, men should not do. Ain't nothing wrong with a man to go after you. Ain't nothing wrong with a man to not necessarily chase you, but court you. I guess you could say it like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Who doesn't want to feel wanted? How is that wrong or selfish to want men to want you, to feel wanted? And I know y'all gonna be dragging and saying, ooh, I think Kyra wrong, and ooh, come on, that's a grown woman. To me, I respect Kyra. Do you know why? Because she made a decision that was hard. She could have easily just said, okay, I choose you, AJ, or oh, I choose you, Jason. That could have been very, very easy, but she didn't do that. She said, I need to make a decision and not rush. Because the man that I get, this is my man. I don't want to go back and forth. She was going off a little bit. That's why he was like, slow down. I ain't going, okay. It was so sexy to me when it just said, slow down. Like, I got this. Calm down. And I thought she was going to start getting emotional, but I think he was more passionate. Like, I'm not going to change my mind because you got me to hurry up and make a decision. So, on the connection that he had with Jason, she said, I need to talk to him and hear where he's coming from. If you have two women who are sitting at the table together and talking about the same man, you do want to get some kind of closure. Like, let me have a talk with you real quick, honey, because I need to know what is happening. Because I don't understand why Liz is telling me something bad. I remember what you told me before. It's not magic. It's not adding up. Part of it is closure. Part of it is Liz sitting there smiling like I got him, and she's looking like, okay, you got him, but he wanted me bake. But you know, she's not doing all that. She's not giving all that. Her face, her demeanor is giving that. And I'm just keeping it real. The reason why she is questioning Jason for it's a lot of different reasons, and a part of it is closure. And probably another part of it is this: I don't want to have no regrets. I don't want to go into this with AJ And I'm still lingering about the conversation me and Jason never had. Do y'all understand do y'all get what I'm saying with that? So that's what she's looking at, like, okay, I need to get this closure. We need to have this conversation. We need to go ahead and, because you've moved on with Liz, I have moved on with AJ, but I still have to have that closure. I don't think she necessarily had to have it, but like I said, if you're questioning yourself on whether or not you made the right decision, then you probably do need the entire, as far as all the information. Talking to him to see if, or to wonder what was his decision. Was Liz completely correct about what she heard from Liz? Because Kyra is looking at Jason like, I remember what our conversation was like. And no, I don't believe that you just completely chose Liz and you were just completely done with me or whatever. And I don't either. There's always two sides to every story. And I'm telling you guys, I get what Liz is saying. If a dude I'm talking to is telling me, baby, it's only you, I only want you, I don't want anybody else, what are you gonna say? Oh, he's lying, I don't believe him. No, you're gonna say, that's my man. He said he chose me weeks ago. He don't want you, baby, or whatever. But with that being said, just because he may not have told the complete truth about that, but I think he still did choose Liz. Okay. So now Mr. Tommy comes in, and this is the 1-2 punch that we normally get when he sits to the table with the queens or the kings, talking about your dates, what had happened. You know what I'm saying? And this is the part where Tommy says, look, you got to make a decision. You got to tell somebody to go ahead and go, or whatever. And Amber was talking about, you know, how emotional he got and how sexy his voice is, and how he was saying he didn't want to and holding his semen retention. Let me tell you something. Tommy was like, I ain't never heard of that. Tommy would say, that's not my ministry. Can I get an amen? Amen. The ladies around it was kind of like, that ain't my ministry either. I ain't saying I'm out there, but we can't be together, baby, with you kissing on me and hugging on me and touching on me, and we not gonna do nothing. I respect that you are celibate. I respect it 100%. But for me, I don't know. To get married? Who finna do that? Laura, she said, pray for me. Vernisha said, I am not praying for his retention. So, Tommy, at the end of it, he pretty much says, look, you guys are 4 couples. Why would I mess that up? He said, why would I mess up these 4 beautiful couples? But they all thought, oh, this is it right here. Right? This is it? We done? He's like, nah. Now, Liz said from what she got from Jason, he needed to hear from Kyra herself where she stood. Because what happened between their relationship was, it was disingenuous, because he was just so, I don't want to say, maybe he thought she was flaky. And when he said it, she was looking like, she said, I'm trying to be funny, but her other option is gone. The fact that I want you to force me to make a decision I'm not ready to make, that's a sign of how somebody would handle me in real life. And I really understood what she meant by that. And then Tommy was like, you and Jason need to talk, and y'all need to get some answers. But is it fair? You in the comments, My Cameshiar Reviews crew, my mods, my members, whoever is here, is it fair? She gets to come back. Alexis goes home. That was his decision to make. Respected 100%. Is it fair that she gets to talk to Jason even though Jason has made his decision? What do you guys think? Huh? I don't know if it's fair or not fair. That's a hard one for me. That's a hard one for me. Because like I said, you can say she was wrong, but how is she not wrong to get some answers? But to me, I feel like Liz or somebody might look at like, well, you trying to open up that can again. So you can have two men going after you and then I go to the house. Like he gonna just all of a sudden say, well, you know what? I don't know what to do. So I don't know if I want Liz or Kyra. Now, ain't nothing wrong with a woman wanting men to vie for her attention. I don't think that Kyra was trying to mess anything up deliberately. Well, it's a dating competition. I get it. At this point, I don't know if she was trying to do that. I don't feel like that. I think it was more for herself because she needed to figure out, I don't know. And I think that actually Kyra is irritated and she's kind of pissed. She feels like Jason was playing in her face. And I think, and playing the game. She said out of everybody, I think Jason, and look, let me go and break it down for you. Now, ladies, you ain't gonna, I'm gonna say, Jason was playing the game, but he was dating. He was upfront and honest with you ladies and said what he wanted and who he wanted. Now, because you don't like the response, that does not mean that he was being fake. Or because you don't like what he said to you or whatever, that doesn't mean that he was being wrong to you. People could say you were wrong because you couldn't make a decision. My question, since we're asking questions, if Kyra kept on saying, I don't know, AJ, I don't know, Jason, what were the other ladies supposed to do if you were still going back and forth like a yo-yo, like everybody's saying, going back and forth about what you wanted to do with him or him, and you still hadn't made a decision, but all the ladies that are there have made a decision and who they want, and you're the only one that have not made a decision yet. You are the only one that have not made a decision about what you want to do. So right now we have, in the final four couples, we have Liz and Jason, we have Joelle, and we have Vernisha, we have AJ, and we also have Kyra. And then last but not least, we have KG and Amber. Before we get to the Jason conversation, they actually have to meet the family. And not the friends, but the family. Like your mom, your sister, your brother, like blood family. And that to me makes sense. It makes plenty of sense. Because if my mama was to go to something like that, my mom would be like, look, look. So what you doing with my child? What are you doing with my daughter? What's going on? What are your plans? I need to make sure you're not playing. Bro, when Kyra and AJ was sitting there, AJ's mama, that's a G, she said, my son is 38 years old. I don't have any grandkids. I was like, oh, okay. And I don't know what to say. Oh my God. All right, let's go ahead and get to the Jason and Kyra conversation, and then we'll close it. You know what? I didn't realize there was two teachers. He's a teacher too. I'm sorry. He don't see the point of them talking. He doesn't get why they're even having a conversation about this, because it's, they moved on. She feels like they're due for a conversation. Of course she says Tommy. No, to us she's saying that Tommy said, "Hey, you guys have a conversation. I'm very frustrated," and she's angry. She's talking about the ladies' lounge and how Liz is talking about saying that you guys have talked and that you told her that you made your decision weeks ago, and she's like, weeks ago? Then why wouldn't you? Because that's not what you're telling me. That's not what you were telling me. He was like, look, I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember. I don't know what I said back then. I don't know what I said back then, like 2 weeks ago. I don't know what I said. He said in her face, I made my mind up weeks ago. But kinda not really. But they go back to the tennis conversation again. And he said, to this day, I don't know where you're at. He straight up said, Kyra does a poor job telling people how she feels. I made my decision. I feel good about Liz. The connection is there. It is what it is. All right, now let me go ahead and give you my breakdown. I told you guys 4 couples. So from the preview, you see the ladies walking to the end of the sidewalk, and they're standing there waiting. And I think Liz said, I don't know if Jason changed his mind or not, because I don't know if she hadn't spoken to Jason, and I'm pretty sure she knows that him and Kyra were going to have a conversation. He tripped me out. He's like, I'm trying to figure out where is this going. He said it feels like a date, and it's just direct. I need some kind of clarification. And he was getting frustrated, and she was also irritated. He said, what am I doing that is so bad? He said he tried his hardest to be direct. I felt like it's just a combative conversation. He's annoyed that they're having the conversation. So I was just like, this is just, y'all are going to start getting into an argument. This is. But then he said something like, he said, I don't want to tear each other down because I respect you. I don't know. And he said, when I found out what you said, I don't know. He said, period. What do you want, Kyra? I still don't get the conversation. I mean, I get the conversation, but I feel like at this point, why are we rehashing this? The decision has been made. Unless another decision is going to be another change my mind situation, I don't get it. I don't know. I kind of question a little bit. Did Jason still have residual feelings for Kyra? You guys let me know in the comment below what you think about that. So anyway, they're all going to be sitting at the very end of the dock. And I'm assuming the ladies are going to be down there waiting. Since the ladies the ladies had the power, allegedly, but didn't have to do anything. This time around, the men will choose the woman. I don't know. I really do feel like that Kyra wanted Jason over AJ. What do you guys think? I think that she wanted him. That's my opinion. I don't know. I think that she literally still wants Jason. I think that she chose AJ because they had a past and it kept her on the show. But I do think that she wants Jason still. And if Jason would have said, Kyra, I pick you, she would have picked him. She would not have picked AJ. So me and the family will make the decision, I guess, for the men, who they want to choose. Now, I did put a poll up on my Twitter, I think, somewhere. I'm gonna put a poll in the community wall on YouTube. Make sure you guys go respond. I'm gonna put the couples up, and I want you guys to go look at the couples. Type in the chat who do you know? Because I don't know if it's gonna be one couple at the end. I'm assuming, right? One couple at the very end, or what? Or no? How does that work again? I just remember the boat last year, and Winter and all them got on the boat and they left. I guess it depends on who chooses who. Now y'all have to remember as well, they're seeing each other in between all this stuff. Okay, so with this, the next episode will be the finale, and from what I've heard, the reunion had been maybe pushed back because of the holidays. I'm assuming the 4th of July is the holiday to speak of. So the first part 1, and KG said part 1 will be on the 2nd of July, which is his birthday, and mine is the 5th. But they're saying it's gonna be pushed back to the 9th and the 12th, I think. No, the 9th, and I forgot what the other date was. So that's it for me, guys. That is my review of Ready to Love. Till next time. And y'all don't forget, I do have an interview with Liz. Yes, she will be here. She will be here on Tuesday. It'll be around 5:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. The live is up. Go ahead to my community wall. Hit the reminder bell, because it gives you better reminders than YouTube. It is part of YouTube, but when you do a pre-live, the reminders are awesome. Okay? Alright. I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. It's Juneteenth. I have to work tonight, so for me it's a wrap. But enjoy this. I'll be in the chats.